إن الحمد لله تعالى نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن بالله ونشكره ونعوذ به من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. وأشهد أن سيدنا ونبينا محمدا عبد الله ورسوله وصفيه وخليله. أدى الأمانة بلغ الرسالة نصح لهذه الأمة وجاهد في الله حق جهاده حتى توفاه ربه فصلى الله عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه وكل من اهتدى بهداهم واستنى بسنتهم واتبع أثرهم إلى يوم الجزاء والدين. My dear brothers, we started talking about a topic that we want to reflect upon, to ponder upon, but not only that, to take action from. This topic is a call for action. It's not just a subject to be listened or khutbah to be here and nothing changes from our lives. We start to talk about that which makes this community the best of all communities. كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس تأمرون بالمعروف وتنهون عن المنكر وتؤمنون بالله. We started talking about calling people to the way of Allah Azza wa Jalla, and we say that there is no better blessing than the blessing of being guided to Islam, than the blessing of testifying the oneness of Allah Azza wa Jalla, than the blessing of recognizing that there is a Lord, that there is God Azza wa Jalla, and that He is the one who has created you, He is sustaining you, and to worship Him. There is no better blessing in your life or in my life than this blessing. People think about money, about children, about having a job, about having a car, about all of these aspects of the materialistic worldly life that will remain in this world. While the blessing of being guided to Islam is the blessing that will accompany you to the hereafter, that will save you from the hellfire and will make your last house the paradise. We say that the Prophet ﷺ, from the moment he has received the command from his Lord to call people to Allah Azza wa Jalla, he has done so tirelessly. He has put all his effort in calling people to Allah Azza wa Jalla. He has struggled, he endured so much pain, so much difficulties from his community, from his family members, his uncle Abu Lahab, we know his story, from his own tribe, his own community, the people he used to love, the people he used to live with. And that didn't stop him from, and that did not stop him from realizing his purpose in life. That didn't stop him from calling people to the way of Allah Azza wa Jalla. And we have talked as well about the example of one of the greatest companions, Abu Bakr. Abu Bakr, that the Prophet ﷺ one day, better than today, in the masjid while he was with his companions, he said, Aina Abu Bakr, ta'ala bijiwari, come next to me. And he will raise his hand and he will say that this is how we are going to be resurrected in the day of the hereafter. And he also mentions about Abu Bakr, about this great companion. ما سبقكم أبو بكر بكثير صلاة ولا صيام ولكن سبقكم بشيء وقع في قلبه. He has not advanced you by prayers or by fasting, but he has advanced you by something which he has in his heart. This great companion Abu Bakr, we have talked about his story last week, and we say that from the moment he pledged allegiance to the Prophet ﷺ, he went for his mission. Before even he receives a comment from the Prophet ﷺ asking him to call people to Allah, before even he receives a comment from Allah saying that now you should spread the religion, he went for his mission. He went following his nature, the thing that Allah has created natively in him. And he went to call people to Allah, and he came back with 5 of the people that who were promised the paradise in their lifetime. And we understand from this story why Abu Bakr has advanced the community by so much. We have also talked about the example of Tufail, who came to Mecca and he was warned not to listen to the Prophet ﷺ, but Allah has made him listen to him, has made him being guided to Islam, and he called his people to the way of Allah. He was not successful. And yet, people who are on the way of calling people to the way of Allah, it's not, the success isn't guaranteed. In alayka illa al-balagh, even the Prophet ﷺ, his success wasn't guaranteed. In alayka illa al-balagh, you only have to make your purpose. You only have to make your act. In alayka illa al-balagh, you only have to call people. وَمَا جَعَلْنَاكَ عَلَيْهِمْ حَفِيظًا وَمَا أَنْتَ عَلَيْهِمْ بِوَكِيلٍ. Prophet ﷺ was being told in so many verses, إِنَّكَ لَا تَهْدِي مَنْ أَحْبَبْتَ. You don't guide whoever you want. وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ يَهْدِي مَنْ يَشَاءُ. What you have to do in your life, the acts that you are being asked to do, is to call people to Allah. If Allah wants them to be successful and to come to this religion, they will. If Allah do not want them, they will not. وَرَبُّكَ يَخْلُقُ مَا يَشَاءُ وَيَخْتَارُ مَا كَانَ لَهُمُ الْخِيَارُ. We talked about the example of Tufayl, this companion that from the moment he reverted to Islam, he asked the Prophet ﷺ to go for his mission. And he went for his mission. And he came with all of his tribe. He came with his tribe. Those, كلها تشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. All of it believing in Allah. And we say that these examples didn't have more knowledge than you or I have. Did not have more means than you or I have. What they have different is a strong commitment to Allah. What they have different was a strong sense of responsibility toward this religion. Is a determination. These are the ingredients that are missing from our lives. Let's not take the lack of knowledge or the lack of this or the lack of means or the lack of other things as the excuse. The excuse is not that. وَلَوْ أَرَادُوا الْخُرُوجَ لَأَعَدُّوا لَهُ عِدَّةً. And if they want to go for the way of Allah, they will certainly make their provision for. What's missing from our life is this determination, is this sense of responsibility that from the moment Abu Bakr he reverts to Islam, he felt it. It's this sense of responsibility that from the moment Tufayl he reverted to Islam, he has felt it. It's this determination that I'm going to make others enjoy in the same way as I'm enjoying Islam today. Let me just ask you a question when you are sitting in this place. While you are testifying that there is no God but Allah, while you are enjoying the blessing of Islam, let me just make you wonder that you could have been born in a different context. وَمَا ذَلِكَ عَلَى اللَّهِ بِعَزِيزٍ وَرَبُّكَ يَخْلُقُ مَا يَشَاءُ وَيَخْتَارُ. Allah creates what He wants and chooses what He wants. While sitting in this place, you could have been born in a different family, you could have been born in a slightly different context and end up in a completely different direction. Let me just ask you and make you wonder that while you are enjoying today Islam, there are so many communities, there are so many people out there who were born in a different context and therefore didn't hear the call of Islam. Someone might find it strange that we are talking about people not being called to Islam. It is the reality. There are people out there who have never heard about Islam. Or all they heard about Islam is an image that is so biased, is a false image, a wrong image about Islam. And it is our responsibility to make the right image happen in their minds. It is our responsibility to make that happen in their life. You could have been born in a different context. Will you want Muslims, will you want us today to leave you in that context? To leave you on the disbelief and end up in hellfire? Or will you want them to be striving, to be dedicated to their cause, to be dedicated to what Allah has made them the community that is successful and call you for the way of Allah and end up in the right way, in the straight path, and end up increasing the number of this community? Certainly will want those, and all those who are enjoying today Islam, who have reverted back from another religion, or who have reverted from even the disbelief, they feel what I'm talking about. They feel the benefit, they feel the blessing of Islam. And I will just mention one story. It's a story of someone who is close to a friend of mine. And that person, he has reverted to Islam. It just happened in this time, because people might say, the example of the Prophet was an example from a long time ago. The example of Abu Bakr was an example from a long time ago. The example of Tufayl, the same. No. These examples are the examples. أُولَٰئِكَ الَّذِينَ هَدَى اللَّهُ فَبِهُدَاهُ مُقْتَدِي. Those are the people that Allah has made successful. You need to take them as examples. Even though someone might say that these are examples from the past. I'm going to talk about a story of someone who I know through a friend. He has reverted to Islam from this belief. And he has struggled with his mother. He wants to see her in the paradise in the same way as he is going to be, inshallah ta'ala, if he remains on this straight path. He wants to see her in the paradise. وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَاتَّبَعَتْهُمْ ذُرِّيَّتُهُم بِإِيمَانٍ أَلْحَقْنَا بِهِمْ ذُرِّيَّتِهِمْ. And those who believe and their children follow them on the same belief, they will be brought together in the paradise. He wants to see his mother in the paradise. He struggled with her for so many years. He has felt his responsibility towards his mother. She's the one who has given him birth. She's the one who has so many favors upon him. So he wants her to be guided in the right way, as he was guided, and as he had received this clear image of Islam. He called his mother and he struggled with her for so many years. And as I mentioned, not all the calls will be successful. Do not think that you are going to call and people will just straight join out there. No. In عَلَيْكَ إِلَّا الْبَلَاغِ. Even the Prophet ﷺ, he was asked and he was being told that you only have to make the right steps. But Allah is the one who guides whoever he wants. He struggled with his mother. He struggled for years and years until the day she was lying on the bed for her death. Until the moment she was in her death. In the agonies of the death, she recognizes that you have been so kind for so many years. You have done so many things. You have shown a great moral, a great character towards me. And she said, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, and she died on this stage. This is not an example from the past. This is an example from today. كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس. Allah Azza wa Jalla, He says, you have been the best nation sent forth to mankind. We as a community today are the best community. And we cannot judge, we cannot ask Allah Azza wa Jalla why He has made this community. He has the wisdom, He chooses the way He wants, He creates the way He wants. لا يسأل عما يفعل. Nobody can question Him on what He does. وهم يسألون. We are to be questioned, not Him. He has chosen to put this community as the best community. He has chosen this community to be the best community of all nations, of all prophets, of all people who have lived on this earth, for a reason. And that reason is mentioned in the same verse. كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس تأمرون بالمعروف وتنهون عن المنكر وتؤمنون بالله. Allah Azza wa Jalla, He says is, and one would expect the verse to be كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس. The reason is تؤمنون بالله, because there is nothing more important than the belief in Allah Azza wa Jalla. Yet, when Allah Azza wa Jalla has chosen to put the sentence, He has put it differently. كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس تأمرون بالمعروف. That's the first characteristic. You enjoy what is right. وتنهون عن المنكر. You forbid what is wrong. وتؤمنون بالله. And you believe in Allah Azza wa Jalla. He has put the belief in Him last, and the order has certainly an importance. This is to show that what makes us today a great community, a great nation, the best of all nations, is not because we believe in Allah Azza wa Jalla. The communities before have believed as well. Qawm Isa, some of them have believed in the same way as some of these communities are believing, not everybody. But yet, what Allah Azza wa Jalla, when He has chosen this community, He has chosen it for these characteristics. So let's make that happen. نسأل الله العظيم رب العرش العظيم أن يجعلنا من دعاته. اللهم اخفف على ما علمتنا وزدنا علما وعملا متقبلا يا رب العالمين. قولوا قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم.